Wow, this is one pissed off deer. Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. I just finished watching Bambi, The Reckoning, and I have thoughts. No spoilers, because there are some surprises in this film. I'm not going to give them away, because I want y'all to experience it, seeing the film for yourself, because I feel, honestly, it deserves to be checked out at least once. If you have any sort of curiosity to check out this movie, I recommend giving it a shot. There's a couple of decisions made in this movie that surprised me, because I had a couple predictions going in, and thankfully, for the most part, I was right, and it's okay that I was right, and other times I'm like, oh, I didn't expect that, didn't see that coming, and the ending? Interesting. Okay, that's an ending. Won't say what it is, obviously. There's a decision that's halfway through this film that happens, and it's not hinted at all in the trailers, and that's what I'll say, just briefly off topic for 1 second. The marketing for this film was pretty smart. There's a lot of stuff you're not seeing that's in this film in terms of scenes and stuff that's happening in the movie. There's a lot of stuff they either maybe show small little glimpses at, and a lot of the times it's not even shown at all in the trailers. So good job on that. But there's a decision halfway through the film that changed my perception on the film quite a bit. I'm like, well, that changes a lot of stuff right there. And then the film kept continuing. So I'm like, okay, like I was locked in. Is Bambi the Reckoning a good movie? I think overall it's pretty solid. Is it a great horror film? Not really. It does deliver on the kills. Bambi is a menace. Bambi is deadly. If you're going into this film expecting kills, Bambi going crazy, then you're in for a treat. There's some story with some of the characters. It's not the best, but it is serviceable for the film. The CGI for Bambi overall is pretty damn good. Then again, Bambi's in the dark a lot of the times, and that does help with the CGI. There's a couple of moments with Bambi CGI that isn't the best, that could have been polished a little bit more, but the majority of the time, Bambi looks great in the shots that we see Bambi in. Now, I was honestly expecting not many shots of Bambi in the movie based off the fact that it's a pretty hefty budget to include a CGI monster of this caliber into the film, and Bambi is in more of the film like shot-wise, and you see Bambi going crazy and shit at points, more than I thought. And that's a good thing, because I was honestly expecting the route of, okay, they showed a lot of the cool shots of Bambi in the trailers, and we're not going to see much more. I was wrong. There's a fair bit amount of other shots of Bambi in the film that you don't see in the trailer, or you're seeing small glimpses of, and there's actually prolonged scenes where you see more of the character. So that's good. It's hard to talk about this movie without really going into spoilers, because there are some surprises. But for me, I was surprised, and I was engaged, and I say that this is a win overall. For them just having fun and telling a story, there is one thing that's in the marketing, and I won't go into more specifics, because I think they show a glimpse of it in the trailers with the older woman that you see in the film that goes, Bambi. I have questions surrounding that whole storyline, because once you see the film, there's not really an explanation to some of the things with her character. So I kind of wish there was more of an explanation, because the film does clock in around an hour and 15-ish when you don't include credits. So they could have easily, I think, fleshed this film out a little bit more, because I could easily see them tacking on another 10 to 15, 20 minutes to maybe expand more on some of these characters and maybe some of the other kind of plot lines, even though there's not really any really here, but they could have at least maybe done some more, because the main focus of this mom and son you're following in the film, they could have easily spent more time with them leading up, because we get to Bambi like pretty damn quick in the movie, which is a positive, but we're not really seeing too much or hearing too much story in the film. So I wish maybe that was changed a little bit, like I said, a longer runtime, but where it sits, it's serviceable and it works overall. And like I said, I do recommend it. It could easily have been better, but they deliver on the main thing, which is kills. They do deliver on that. And obviously this is the newest film in the Pooniverse, if you will, and there is more to come. They've already released, of course, a couple films prior to this. They have like a huge ensemble film they're going to be putting out at some point, including Bambi in the mix, as far as I'm aware, and a bunch of other characters. I don't know what the hell they're going to be doing, but apparently it's going to be an insane team up of all these different characters, including new ones we haven't seen before in the previous Pooniverse films, included in some sort of upcoming film. So I could see them telling more story with Bambi, because I do think this is probably going to at least get a lot of attention when it does release in a couple days. And yeah, I can see them doing more with the character. I don't know where you would take the character necessarily after this film, but I guess they probably have plans in some sort of capacity. So yeah, Bambi the Reckoning delivers on the kills. It delivers on a mutated monster version of Bambi, and gives you at least some story to kind of follow through as you're going through the narrative. That isn't horrible, could be a lot better, but at least it's serviceable for what they're trying to do for the story. And there are some moments that surprised me, which I won't get into because it's spoilers. But I think if you're going in looking for a fun time, looking for at least a decent time watching through Bambi the Reckoning, and hoping for, you know, some insane, crazy stuff with Bambi and all that, then you're going to be having a good time. Hopefully. So yeah, overall, like I said, it was good. It was fun. You know, it wasn't great. I wouldn't say it's like, you know, 8 or a 9 out of 10. I would say it's probably around the 7.5. I would say that's fair. Because it could be obviously a lot worse, but they could have maybe done a little bit more to make it worth the while. I may rewatch this film, but I honestly might just watch like certain scenes with Bambi in it, and that's pretty much what I'd be really watching it for again. But I gave it a shot, and it surprised me in some places. So that's a win. So that's pretty much where I got to stand on that, because I can't really say anything else, because there's nothing more I want to talk about, but I can't because of spoilers. So hope you guys enjoy the review. Are you guys excited for Bambi the Reckoning? Are you guys excited, hyped? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you're excited to check out the film, let me know. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.